All right. Welcome, kids. Welcome. Last minute emergency Zoom meeting. We're going to upload this to YouTube pretty quick. It's just me and my son, Judah. We call him the technician.
Yes.
And there he is. We are going to talk about what's going on here, what's happening with Bitcoin, what's happening in the crypto space. It's like Armageddon, right? It's like a nuclear bomb went off. Everything is crashing, and we want to talk about that and what we've done to position ourselves to make sure that we're not going to get caught up into dragged down under this thing going down. And it's a little painful because I'm going to show a video, but I want to talk about this weird. There's this weird thing going around in mostly North American Christendom, thinking about this great reset that was supposed to happen. And if I'm honest, there's a lot of folks in our community who, within the Christian circles, heard about hold on to XRP, hold on to BTC because Trump's doing a reset. And I said, my son, I said, since August, we said, I don't know if I would believe that. I don't think it's going to happen as fast. It's usually very slow. And then in November, in November, when that came, we said, you really should think about unloading Bitcoin. And I feel really bad because you have religious leaders kind of talking about this great reset, which has really steered people the wrong way. But what I want to do is I want to give perspective to what's happening right now because a lot of people have a lot of retirement in on Bitcoin, and we're going to show you how to get profits from all of this and how to really get a nice return. So this just came out about an hour and a half ago, and tidal wave of selling. Let's hear, and we're going to listen to this and comment at the same time.
Not selling, right? The strategy rewarded companies for hoarding cryptocurrencies, now punishing them. Bitcoin, Ether, and other digital tokens are in a slump, and the shares of companies followed Michael Saylor's company, not now known as Strategy, is stockpiling crypto are sliding too. The sell-offs have investors on the edge and on the lookout for signs it will force big firms to unload holdings, triggering further declines in digital coin prices. This past weekend, Bitcoin fell below $76,000, about the average price MicroStrategy paid for its tokens, meaning the company formerly known as MicroStrategy was sitting on some paper losses. Shares of Strategy, which owns more than, ready for this, 700,000 Bitcoins, fell 7% on Monday and are down 61% since Bitcoin touched its record high on October 6th. Brandon, your thoughts on the story?
Yeah, I mean, anytime that Michael Saylor anytime Bitcoin's doing well, Michael Saylor looks like a genius. Anytime that it's down, everybody thinks he's crazy. I think it's excessive what he's doing. Like his answer to anything is buy more. So, it's interesting that right now gold is going crazy and crypto is going down because it was kind of the opposite in 2021 after like everything really got.
So just a couple of things. One, we covered this yesterday when Amir was here about gold, that we're kind of at that stable price of 4,900, 5,000. Michael Saylor has gone on record to say even if Bitcoin goes to $1, I'm going to buy more Bitcoin. The problem with that is if you're running a company, you need cash flow. And if your underlying asset that you buy at 76,000 is now underwater at 67,000, you have a serious cash flow problem. And he's got pressure from investors. And the other thing that happened was because Michael Saylor created the model, basically he has a company that all they do is buy Bitcoin and people can come in for real small slivers of Bitcoin. You have all these other companies that have created the same model, and they are completely underwater and they're going to have a cash flow problem, which means these longtime holders are probably going to start unloading Bitcoin. And if you're not convinced we're in a bear market, we are definitely in a bear market. I anticipate a pump to come in, but I'm going to hand it over to Judah. Judah,
Yeah.
go into the charts and show us Bitcoin, please.
Yep. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
that's a
because
murder scene. That we're witness to a murder right here. This is what it looks like when you come in and you see someone dead. This is it right here.
it's looking very bad. Bitcoin is in full panic mode. I think the whole crypto space is in full panic mode right now. And this green box, what I drew earlier, yesterday and the day before, I said this box, this green box right here, this must hold if we want to go more up. Um, and it's holding so far, but we're really struggling right here. I will go on a lower time frame. Yeah, it's just slowly grinding to the downside. I think there's still lower is still even maybe even possible.
Do you think
We
we get a
touched,
bounce from here?
yeah, it's possible, but usually you want to see it to an end of a big move. You see a fast wick down and a fast recovery up. Like we saw a move down and up, but I think the wick needs to be a little bit larger. I don't say we can go up, we can't go up, but it's just very risky right now. My advice is don't trade right now. You will probably it's gonna get volatile. There's a lot of volume in the market. People are scared. These are dangerous times to trade. But yeah, well, like I said, this box. This is like the last hope for Bitcoin and the crypto space because other crypto coins like XRP, Ethereum, Solana, they all follow Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin is the father of all other crypto coins. So if Bitcoin dumps, that means other coins in the crypto space will follow. So that's
Well,
what yeah.
well, we have other news. We know that BlackRock just dumped yesterday $10 billion of crypto out the door. So you have BlackRock dumping.
Yeah.
You have these companies who are going to be short on cash, so it's really squeezing this hard. And Bitcoin continues to change. Like it used to be considered a risk-off asset, meaning it's a way that you hedge your protection, right? It used to be gold and silver. It still is, I think. But people would buy Bitcoin as a hedge of protection. Then it was a risk-on asset. Then it was again a risk-off, and you see, it's actually very risky. Um, and I'm curious if we break this, how far do we go down?
Yeah. So there is like kind of some support here, but I'm gonna be honest, I expected some reaction here. There was no reaction at all. There's something weird going on. Like the technical analysis doesn't make sense because these were very strong support levels and they just kind of got ignored right here. So this crash looks different than previous crashes. But I still expect this crash cannot continue forever. I think we're gonna get some type of a relief rally, um, maybe something like this. We get like a little wick, like a rally that people believe the market is gonna change direction, and then ultimately we're gonna go to I think like the 50s, maybe 60s, and then we bottom out and pump again. So
Yeah, I so here's because we made this video because so many people believe this whole reset nonsense, which we said is not going to happen, right? Because we're technical analysts, we don't do things with emotion. If you're looking to, okay, what do I do? What do I do? I didn't listen to you in August. I didn't listen to you in November. I believe this reset nonsense, new all time highs, and now we're under 70,000. In my opinion, this is not advice, but if I had this position, my the way I would do it is I would hold on and wait for this bounce. We have a CME gap still at 84,500 that has to fill. One, two, the biggest trading day of the week is tomorrow, Friday. So I would look for the New York Open for it to start pumping. I think you're going to start seeing Asian markets pump. Then London kind of stabilizes and you'll see New York pump. I think that's the way it goes. Now, if it doesn't do that, then I actually I have no idea. I think we're creating a brand new market structure. And it looks to me like there is going to be a new market structure right there from 84 all the way down, we're creating a brand new channel.
Yeah.
And so it could pump up to fill that CME gap tomorrow. Friday's big trading day. So if you're holding Bitcoin, you could wait till it comes back up there and unload it, but there's a risk, right? It doesn't have to come back up. It doesn't have to bounce. It can go straight down again. So it depends on what your appetite for risk is. If you follow the way we trade, we'd never put ourselves in this position. But if you are in this position, maybe you wait till 84,000 and a half, and then sell everything. And then, well, what do you do afterwards? Well, you don't think we should put in Solana or anything. I think we still have a lot of downside going everywhere. In my opinion, this is why we went into Veltrixa, right? Veltrixa, this is why we went into Veltrixa, because when the markets start acting crazy like this, like you just said, the technical analysis doesn't make sense. This is what happens in bear markets, and we wanted to avoid all this by going into Veltrixa. So when you right below, not on this live one, but on the YouTube version, you'll see a link to click for Veltrixa, get started. And we are consistently if we look back historically, since we started with Veltrixa, it's averaging 10% per month. And I think that's a great way to protect against this insanity.
Yeah.
It's you don't know. There's so much panic right now. The truth is, it could go further down, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's the truth is it's a very dangerous position where we're in right now. And actually, we cannot predict the market anymore. We just have to react at this point. Predicting is going to get us killed in this situation. But it's very important that we must hold this green box if we want to see like a bounce or something. And we're even struggling to hold it right now. Like you see, it got like kind of a reaction, but the technicals don't make sense to me because this was major resistance for almost over a year. Resistance. And here we came back down, we pumped. And now the price just dumps, goes down, and
No bounce.
there's
Yeah,
no
what?
bounce. There wasn't even a reaction at all. Like that's
No.
mind blowing to me. So there is something going on. I think maybe some manipulation in the markets. I think maybe big whales, big investors, institutions, banks, maybe dumping their Bitcoin. I don't know what's going on, but there's something going on because when the technical analysis doesn't make sense anymore, there's a bigger picture that the retail doesn't understand. And I think the market is being manipulated right now hard.
Yeah, I would agree. So the answer is, if you could stomach some more stress, then you wait till 84.5 and you unload. Or if you're a real hodler, like there's some people that it doesn't bother them. I know folks who have Bitcoin for the real long haul. They're like Michael Saylor. They're gonna keep it, for many years. It doesn't matter if it can go down to 20,000 for them, it doesn't matter. But most of the folks that are watching this video, it does matter. So if we're looking at the short term out to 1 year, this is going down. This is going to go a lot further down. And the way we're protecting ourselves against it mostly is through using an AI trading bot called Veltrixa. And if you haven't signed up, you can click the link below. Also, there's video links below that you could click to watch how to sign up, what it's all about. Judy, you want to go to Ethereum or Solana, and then we can wrap it up, because this is a big one that people were texting me in panic the last couple of days, especially today.
Ethereum, yeah, it's disappointing, I think. Ethereum, like
It's a massacre. Also a massacre.
This is just it's disappointing, man. Every time when I think, hey, Ethereum, we got a bounce. Nope, it goes down again. All the gains we made the last year in one, it's all gone. It's almost all gone. We actually bought Ethereum on this white line. It was a good trade, but
we did. We bought it, and we brought it all the way to like 3,600, and then we unloaded it, and then we said it's getting too risky now.
Yeah. So all the gains we made are basically almost gone again. So Ethereum disappointing again. But what I'm seeing here is actually also pretty concerning for Ethereum, because we're getting into the bear market range. If you did the green box is the bear market range. So you can see right here it was the resistance, resistance. The resistance flipped into support, support, support. We broke it, support, and now we're coming back into the bear market range. And we are seeing, I think Ethereum probably, maybe even is going to take out this low right here.
Yeah, I think it can go to 1200.
I think it
I
might
have
take
no
out
doubt.
Ethereum always it always just disappoints. And so it has its moments. So every
Well,
coin has its moments, but most of the
okay.
time, Ethereum, I don't know.
All right, let's tackle another, sacred cow for Christians, which is XRP. You want to talk about disappointment?
Yeah,
XRP. And what's weird is you got in the Christian community, especially in North America, you got all these Christians going on YouTube talking about God told them to get XRP. And I'm like, I don't know if that's God. And look at this.
yeah.
And I've told everybody, get out of XRP because they're fighting against the SEC. I will tell you that I don't know if you come out of that one, man.
Yeah.
So look at this. And there's so many people still holding XRP, and it's this weird. It's hard to argue when people say God told me this, right? But the charts don't lie. Like this is retarded. Look at this. This is really bad. This is
This is
dead.
bad.
This is a dead coin, man. Tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, this looks pretty bad. But the one thing that is interesting, I think, is every coin is at support right now. It's like or close to support. So Ethereum, it was like in the bear market range, like kind of at the top. Bitcoin like sitting at the top of like around support. So I think we could go lower, but I also think because we're at support, we don't like the panic. We should not panic a lot. I think it's unpredictable because we're all at support. Like things can change so quickly in the crypto space.
All right, but you're talking about in the short term things can change,
Yeah,
but
in the short term, yeah. Long term, I think. Um, long term, I think we're in a bear market and prices are gonna get lower. But short term, I maybe like a relief rally. But yeah, XRP.
this is what I would say. I would consider coming in on XRP, and maybe we'll put this in a call signal to create a limit order. But you see all that support, all that up just a little further up by the 50 cent mark. 50 cent, yeah, right about a little further, yeah, right there.
No.
I think that is where I would consider coming in on XRP. Now, the risk is if it comes down to that level, it could be dead.
No.
Right? It could just go, it could because look how long it went sideways. Look at this. So
Yeah.
there's a very strong possibility that this thing comes down there. You could buy it, but it could be dead for a long time.
Yeah.
This is we are going down. That is the trend. You have 1, 2, 3, you have 5 months of going straight down. I think this comes in way into the box. It comes into the 50 cent level. And that would be a good time to buy. You've lost more than 50% already with XRP. Again, if I'm holding this, it depends, what your cash situation is, depends what your risk is. For me, I'd get out. I would have bailed out of this thing a long time ago. This looks horrible.
Yeah.
Absolutely horrible.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like when Bitcoin dumps, all the other crypto coins follow because Bitcoin is the leading coin. So if Bitcoin pumps, altcoins pump. If Bitcoin dumps, altcoins dump. And you see the altcoins are usually the ones who take the biggest hits, but also there are the ones when it pumps who have the most amount of gains. So you can use that to your advantage, I think.
Well,
And
I'll tell you.
it,
Oh, hold on. Here's what I want to. Let me just share my screen and then I want to
yeah,
go back into Bitcoin.
yeah,
Because we've told people so many times get out of Bitcoin, but
yeah.
you know what you said altcoins dump. You know what's not dumping?
TikTok. Yeah.
Felt token. Felt is not dumping. Here,
Yeah.
Bitcoin crashes, boom, Bitcoin crashes, it comes back up. This is very, very, very strong. This is a very, very bullish. This looks really, really promising. The other one, we haven't really got into too much detail, but here you look, it's hitting support again.
Like, it's okay, I
No,
think.
yeah, it's okay. Usually it comes down to the half of this. I would expect this to come back up, but the fact that felt is where it is unbelievable.
Yeah, Feld is really outperforming.
So, and we have and that's because we have a staking program coming out. I'm hoping I can bring the owner on to announce the staking program, and this is important for everyone who's in Viltrixa. If you are interested in participating in the staking program, you may want to reconsider what you're going to do with your Viltrixa earnings this coming week. You may want to save it for the staking that's coming. Just something to consider. I'm not telling you what to do, but it's something you may want to consider. Now, let's go back into the Bitcoin chart again, Judah, for us.
Yep.
And we want to go over it again because the issue is there's a lot of people in the community who've held on to Bitcoin, believing in this cycle's different, right? That's what everyone has always said. This cycle's different. And quite frankly, I just got tired of telling them, well, I'm sorry, you're wrong, because the charts never lie, right? But there's this religious, it permeates this Christian group primarily, that they believe this great reset's happening, and it's all on, it's not on facts, right? There's a lot of emotion involved, and I feel bad because we told people to come out at 123. We said we're out. We said it doesn't matter if it goes to 180, we're still coming out. No one listened to us, and you have these big organizations like Weiss Ratings, which I'm not saying anything against them, but they're the guys that are looking at this are looking at it from a traditional standpoint, and Bitcoin is not that. And so they're like, yeah, Bitcoin's a great, buy the dip. I don't know if you're buying the dip only if you could withstand for the next year going down again. So tell me the analysis again. What do you think is happening here? Where ultimately is it going down? We're clearly in a bear market.
Yeah. So crypto, Bitcoin moves in cycles. You have a bear market, price goes down, and a bull market where the price goes up.
Well, hold on. Everything moves in cycles. Winter, spring, summer, fall, 24 hours in a day, 30 days in a month, 7 days in a week. Like everything's in cycles.
Yeah.
Even the finances.
Yeah. So everything is in cycles. Almost nothing always goes up, and almost nothing always goes down. There's always a season, like there's a season of going up, there's a season of going down. And right now we're in a season of going down. And a lot of people are if the season is going down, they start getting afraid. They start to panic. But when the price is going down, you have the most there are the most opportunities. We get to buy Bitcoin minus 40%, minus 60%, even maybe even minus 70%. And I think it's an opportunity, and you shouldn't be fearful, but you should see the bear market. You should see it as a discount. It's an opportunity to buy Bitcoin. Imagine buying Bitcoin at 15,000. We would all do it.
We would, but we're not saying, in your opinion, if you're someone considering buying more Bitcoin, do you buy it now?
Oh, I would not buy it yet.
I wouldn't either. I'm waiting. You and I, we know it's going to hit this green box. It's going to hit the $50,000 mark.
Yeah.
And we said this yesterday. We said this 2 days ago. When it hits this box, we're going to start dollar cost averaging.
Yeah.
Slowly, we have an AI trading agent from Crypto Crush that we have that we're going to implement that's going to dollar cost average here on spot.
Yeah.
And we're going to wait for this bull run to come back in where it's going to go to 200,000.
Yeah. So this lines, how did I know that exactly here we turned to a bear market? Well, I went back historically to the last cycle, and I exactly calculated how long it took before we went into a bear market, how long bull markets run. And then I said, okay, it should be around October when the cycle ends. So I'm like, okay, a month before October, I'm out, just to be sure. And what you can see is exactly in October, it dumps. It's not a coincidence. The market moves in cycles, and I think a lot of people don't believe in cycles, but it is true. Like there's not a coincidence. Like
Yeah,
the
but
cycle
you know
goes
what?
up and down,
Yeah,
up,
but this is what
down.
my frustration with, and I love Jesus Christ. I love the body of Christ, but my frustration is that we as the body of Christ should realize seasons and cycles and timing. Like this is something we need to know about, and not come into all the hype that these people from the pulpit, people who have influence in ministry, talking about XRP, Bitcoin, like they know what's going on, but they don't. I think it's really dangerous.
No,
In my opinion, if I'm holding Bitcoin, I'm coming out
no,
unless I know I can weather another year chopping into the 50s, and if I don't need the cash,
no,
then I could withhold it. But it is, as the body of Christ, we are to know seasons, times, cycles. We are to have the mind of Christ, right? It's that Issachar anointing. The sons of Issachar knew the times and the seasons, and that's what technical analysis does, right?
no.
We look at times, seasons, and cycles, and we're not predicting market tops. Like we said yesterday, we're in winter now. There's ice, there's snow on the ground. But when did we realize winter was coming? Well, a couple of months ago, it got a lot colder. Was winter officially there? No, but we knew it was a lot colder. Snow was coming, so we knew there's a change happening. And if we're honest, this winter cycle, this bear market is going to go further down. We got some more cold weather in the bear cycle here with Bitcoin, and if you're not able to hold on to it, you may want to consider unloading and waiting to come back in. Now, the
Yeah,
way we are protecting ourselves is with Veltrixa. We just showed you the Velt token. It is doing very well against this dump. We got the staking coming. And this is why we went into Veltrixa for the bear market, because we're getting 10% per month. And then when the bull market comes back to Bitcoin, we said yesterday, we are selling our profits from Veltrixa and coming back into Bitcoin.
it's like always being on the winning team. You don't want to be on the losing team. You always want to have your money on the winning team. And right now, the winning team is Veltrixa.
Agreed.
It's gold, it's silver. It's not Bitcoin, it's not crypto. It will
No,
be the winning team in a half year, maybe. But right now, it's the losing team, and you want your money on the
yeah.
winning team always. And that's the most
Yeah.
important.
So that was the biggest thing. Was I really wanted to address this thing that was happening in our community about people talking about this reset, and I was like, oh man, I don't. It's gonna happen, but not so quick. And the danger is, if you don't have enough to go through this bear market, you could be in a lot of trouble, because a lot of folks here are planning their retirement. Short term, you could see, like we said, you could see a pump up. I
Yeah,
would expect a pump tomorrow, Friday, payday. People are going to buy the dip. Maybe it goes to 84.5, but the trend is going down. It's going to go to 50,000. That's what the charts say. So be careful. Like Judah said, we're not looking to buy Bitcoin right now. We're staying out of trading. If you are in, you got to make the decision, prayerfully consider, speak to your spouse, what your situation is. Are you able to withstand the bear market, or should you jump out and go into gold, silver, or Viltrixa, or the staking with Viltrixa,
yeah,
an option? And if you click the links below the video, you'll see how to get started. That's all we got for you today. Thank you, Judah, for the analysis.
yeah.
God bless you guys. Remember, no FOMO, right? No FOMO. Don't get pressured. I was just speaking to a woman today who had some person call her and really put all this fear in her. It was really bad. So if you feel fear, if you don't have peace, don't do anything, right? Better to wait. You can always hit us up with a text or a comment in YouTube, and we will respond. God bless you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.